Good morning, Atomians. Welcome to Ariul Marikina Aja Center Catching Success Online. I am Julian Tabiano, Diamond Master from Ariul Marikina Aja Center, and I am your host for today. As we start here in Atomy, it is our culture to begin and end every event by reciting our company motto. Ready, position, please. Yup, company motto, go. Cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, serve in humility. Aja, aja, aja. Share, tag, interact, and win. Just follow these mechanics to win a prize. Number one, share this live seminar on your Facebook wall and tag 10 of your Facebook friends. And number two, comment and mention as many as you can on the live chat. And number three, comment aja, aja, aja in the beginning and ending of our seminar. Now let's start our seminar by watching the short company profile of Atomy.
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, achieved 2.2 trillion Korean won in global sales in 2021 and surpassed 16 million global members. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Hemohim, which has been the top seller in its industry for 7 consecutive years, has passed 1.7 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It has gotten international patents in 21 countries and is forging a unique new path for health functional food products. Absolute Skincare, which has become one of the best-selling cosmetics in the industry with sales of 100 billion Korean won every year since its launch, was recognized for its advanced technology with King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office in 2021, for the first time in the cosmetics industry. The Fame, another luxury cosmetic product reborn with upgraded ingredients and technology, is also loved by consumers as it reflects Atomy's product philosophy. Atomy is practicing customer-centered management in all of its corporate activities, and this was recognized by becoming the industry's first to acquire customer-centered management certification for 2 consecutive years. Starting with the U.S. branch in 2010, Atomy is a global company which opened 22 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe, with 16 million members worldwide. Atomy opened branches in New Zealand, Turkey, the United Kingdom, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, and is planning to open 20 more branches within the next 5 years. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. The next generation of online and offline distribution broadcasters, which presents Atomy's vision to members around the world regardless of time and space. Entertainment and media, which converges business and culture. Atomy provides the vision of a global success system which transcends time and space by providing a variety of services. Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Sharing is a mission that all companies must fulfill. Atomy's executives, employees, partnering companies, and members all practice sharing together to improve the lives of all members of society. Whenever sharing is needed around the world, global branches will be united to support happiness for all. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are proud Atomy.
Now you know Atomy is not just an ordinary company. It cherishes what it has, so we are sure that its members are all taken care of. And please continue to comment and mention all your Facebook friends on our live chat in order to get a chance to win our promo for today. Moving forward, we will be watching Chairman Mr. Park Han-gil lecture.
Everyone, nice to meet you. It is a holiday season, but these days we go on holidays not when it's hot, but during the spring and fall when days are cool. During this steamy hot season, the best holiday you can have would be having a seminar in a cool place like this. Atomy is a multi-level marketing company. There have been a lot of talks and issues surrounding it, and when I first started Atomy, my wife tried to persuade me not to do it. Why did you get hooked on multi-level marketing and are so insistent on doing it? When I got married, my mom said, "I'm going to tell you just one thing. You have to always listen to your wife. If your father listened to me, we wouldn't have to live like this." At the end, we went bankrupt. That is why I listened to my wife. But even though she tried to persuade me not to do it, I wanted to pursue it till the end. It was because in 1992, I went to Australia to sell car components and first learned about multi-level network marketing. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. And I also thought daily necessities. That is it. First you use them, and then they were good, so you purchase them again, use them, and introduce them to others, and they like them too. And then they would introduce them to their friends. And that's how they spread out. And you create a huge customer group. And then the company tells you that the sales were created because of your advertisement, so that they will give you a commission instead of the advertisement fee. And that's network marketing. When I heard the explanation, I thought, wow, all distribution in the world will be transformed into network marketing. And that was not bad at all. So I got completely hooked. So I looked for books at bookstores and found 7 books. After reading them, I kind of understood what it was. I had this theoretical concept of network marketing that would appear in a textbook in my head. But in reality, there was this magnetic mattress that was all the rage in multi-level marketing. And that was causing harm. And people would take others' money to make money. So people were purportedly paying to buy products, but they actually weren't. And they were buying positions to earn more commission. For example, you could have bought a product for 10,000 Korean won at a discount store, but you would have to pay 20,000 or 30,000 Korean won for the same product to a multi-level marketing company. Magnetic mattress is a typical example. It should be about 300,000 Korean won at the most. But it was being sold at 3.3 million Korean won, and it was being sold a lot, and the reason why you'd buy it at an expensive price was not because you were stupid, but you were paying to buy a position that gives you a more favorable commission. So it's like an investment. And there is a problem if investment and buying and selling get mixed up in the multi-level marketing industry. Then why does an ordinary, sane person engage in this multi-level marketing company? Why am I saying Atomy is an ordinary company, although it's a multi-level marketing company? Well, we have to make a clear distinction here. Okay, so you bought a product because it was affordable and good, and that was a daily necessity. Then is it your loss or not? It is never your loss, because things like toothpaste, toothbrush, cosmetics, shampoo, vitamins, and health foods, you don't buy them with your commission. They are things you buy because you simply need them. And if their quality is good and they are less expensive, then even if you don't get a commission, buying them is never your loss. Add to that, you get a commission if you introduce them to others. Then it is a business opportunity where you don't have to harm others or yourself, and even be able to earn commission. Should you do this or not? You should. So should I have listened to my wife or not? Everyone, please check the quality and price of the products at Atomy first. And what you should check first is quality. Only then will you be able to use them continuously. Even if you become successful at Atomy and become rich, you would continue to use them. Imperial Masters who make 0.1 billion Korean won, or Crown Masters or Royal Masters, if they stop using Atomy's product once they become rich, then it just doesn't make sense, right? So you made them successful. Ultimately for who? For the so-called luxury goods company. I am no fool, you see. You have to make a product that you will continue to use even if you become an Imperial Master, a Crown Master, or a Royal Master, and earn 20 million, 40 million, or 0.1 billion Korean won. So at Atomy, quality always comes first. Quality. So that is why we first seek absolute quality that no one else in the world can make a better version of with the current technology. And selling products of such absolute quality and affordable price that no one else in the world can offer. That's absolute price. So we are not selling some cheap stuff. There was a person who told me there's a toothbrush that costs 200 Korean won. When I said our toothbrush costs 990 Korean won, of course I know that it is one of those disposable items that they give to you at a spa. But that toothbrush can't be used again because it gets frayed after using it once. But Atomy's toothbrush, well, you have to change it once a month, Please. You should change it once a month for us to earn a living with toothbrush business, right? We made an excellent toothbrush, and it's just 990 Korean won. How much does a toothbrush cost in the market? Well, we know it's roughly 2,000 to 3,000 Korean won, right? So the toothbrush we sell were sold at 2,200 Korean won at discount stores. And they are still being sold at discount stores at a more expensive price even today. But I said, I wish to sell this toothbrush at less than 1,000 Korean won. And they said, oh no, we can't do that. So I said, I will make orders in 10 million units per year. Can you still say you can't do it? And they said, Chairman, you may think that toothbrushes sell well, but they don't. It is not easy at all to sell 10 million toothbrushes. That's what they said. But we sold 400 million last year. I was a salaryman for 17 years in the field of manufacturing. So I saw the toothbrush and I did all the unit cost calculations. And I had a picture of how to do the process in my head. The delivery price, commission, sales and management costs, delivery costs, and even the credit card fees. And thought, okay, if a toothbrush costs 990 Korean won, then the manufacturing company can have 10%, and we can take 10% too. So I did those calculations in my head, and that's why I made the proposal. But they said they can't make it at that price. So I said, I'll pay you in cash, so if you use cash, then you'll be able to reduce the price of the materials by about 20 to 30%. And I will never change this design forever. People's mouths don't change, so why should the shape of a toothbrush change often? So I will not make any changes forever. Then you'll be able to reduce the time used for changing the molding, and can also do automation, and you'll be able to meet my quote. Do the calculations yourself. And they replied that they will try it. So that's how we were able to create the global hit item that costs 990 Korean won. So, Atomy does not simply sell cheap products or bash manufacturing companies, but we reduce the cost reasonably and return that to the consumers. So that's the system of Atomy. The Absolute skincare we're using now, it won the King Sejong Prize. I'm sure you've all heard of the Chang Young-sil Award. Atomy's cosmetics received that. And we won the King Sejong Prize, which is higher than the Chang Young-sil Award. Let me explain about this prize. So in Korea, about 130,000 patents are registered per year in the Republic of Korea. Korea is the strongest power in the technology world. Among those 130,000 patents, you have to be number one in order to receive King Sejong Prize. And no cosmetic product received King Sejong Prize. How can the cosmetics industry receive it? But we did. The cosmetic products being sold at 10 times more expensive price than ours in the Republic of Korea. Even they didn't receive the King Sejong Award. How does that sound? Do you think there are products made by popular brands being sold in Europe that can receive King Sejong Prize? I don't think there's any. That is why we say absolute quality. So the quality is the best in the world. So we should be selling them at 2 million, 3 million, 5 million Korean won per set. Why? Because there are some being sold at 2 million Korean won that didn't win the King Sejong Prize. But how much is our product? 198,000 Korean won. That is why, since the price is affordable, people shrug off the King Sejong Prize. So you are actually using products that the really rich people who earn several billions of Korean won every month use. And once you start using Atomy's cosmetic product, you can't use other products. Crown Masters, Imperial Masters, if you earn 0.1 billion Korean won per month, wouldn't they be able to use cosmetics products that cost 5 million Korean won? They could afford them, of course, if their quality is good. But none of the leaders at the top in Atomy use other companies' cosmetic products. Why? Because there's no other cosmetic products like ours. That is why you can't stop yourself from introducing our products if you truly know about Atomy. Wow. So this is actually worth 5 million Korean won, but you only pay 200,000 Korean won per set. So that's why you think you shouldn't be the only one using it. And you tell people around you, your sisters, friends, try this. I used it and my skin changed like this. You tell them. They start using and continue to use them. This is business. You're not just selling them randomly. Everyone, sales is not exaggerating something, making people fall into an illusion and stabbing people in their back to earn money. Let's say you went to a restaurant and it was cheap, delicious, and clean. Then what would you do? You would tell others to visit that restaurant if they visit that area. You watched a movie and it was so impressive. Then you would talk about the story and tell people to watch it. That's sales. That's how we do sales at Atomy. You try the products, get impressed, and deliver that to others. Is that easy or difficult? That's easy. Very easy. It's easy if you get impressed. If you had to advertise a movie that is not fun at all and get paid to bring in people, that would be hard. Why? Because people will get angry after watching it. They would get angry because you made them watch such a boring movie. But what if you really got impressed? Then even if the theater didn't pay you to advertise it, you still would. Why? Because if you do, people will say, "Thank you for introducing me to the movie. I was very impressed." They will say thank you. And so, sales become easy once you get impressed first. And it's not like you just go around delivering them and selling them. At first, you would deliver them, have people experience them. Those processes are important. You need to engage in it actively until people get impressed. But you don't continue to sell them. I mean, you do sell, but you sell them to yourself. You become the distributor and sell them to yourself. And then to the person next to you. You say, stop using the distribution companies who sell to people around you and become the distributor yourself and sell to yourself. And people below them would do the same, selling to themselves. That's how a customer group is created. And that continues even if COVID-19 comes. Why? Do you not brush your teeth because of COVID-19? Do you stop using shampoo? You brush your teeth even if a war breaks out. And that is why this is a business that can only become successful in the future. It will continue to enter new countries. And there are many who say, we should enter Africa. And with one code, even if you registered for Atomy in Korea, your partner's partner can register an American. And the American can register a Mexican. And that Mexican can register a European. And register a Japanese. And register a Chinese. And that's how we can create an organization all over the world. Korea is already a manufacturing powerhouse. It is a global manufacturing powerhouse. It is still the strongest power in the world. K-beauty was not built overnight. I have confidence in cosmetics as well. Compared to European luxury cosmetics, Korean cosmetics are much better. And among those excellent cosmetics, I have strong confidence that Atomy won the King Sejong Prize. That's why we're entering Europe. You can't enter if you don't have confidence. If the quality is bad and if the price is expensive, who's going to use it? You can't enter if you don't have confidence. But whether it's Europe, or France, or Italy, the country of luxury cosmetics, Atomy has the chance of winning. If you try Atomy's product once, you just can't help but continue using it. And many people also asked, would cosmetics developed in Korea be suitable for the European skin? So I thought, what a worrywart. Were European luxury cosmetics developed for Asian skin? They were developed for European skin, but they're still good for us too, aren't they? It says in the Bible, from one man he had made all the nations, and so I think only the color is different, but we share the same skin. So if something was good for us, then it's good for Europeans, and something that was good for Europeans was also good for us. So just enter the market, because we can still win the competition. We don't develop something specifically for Europe. We will take this product and enter the market. And colors go in and out of fashion, and so you just have to follow the trend and use the appropriate colors. If you came to investigate Atomy's business, even if you were dragged here, don't you worry. We don't let just anyone engage in Atomy business. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, these are all things you use in your daily life. So if you tried them and think, oh, the quality is much better than the one I used to use, and is cheaper, I guess I should use this forever. If you have that confidence, then you have the chance to try Atomy business. If the product is good and affordable, then you will consume it, right? You might as well not do it if the person who dragged you here is your enemy. So just try it first. Atomy business is very huge. You can make up to 0.1 billion Korean won. And if you become an imperial master, then we deliver 0.1 billion Korean won with a forklift. Currently, 12 have received it. This simply does not require any investment. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, these things you purchase and use in daily life are not an investment. It's called consumption. So you consume and make others consume. Consumption grows into sales, and the computer calculates the commission for them. Everyone, even if you have money, don't use your own money to do this, because if you do, then what happens? Do you think people with lots of money will come to you, or do you think people without money will come to you more? Those without money will come to you more. So, for example, you purchase products worth 5 million Korean won and give out samples to everybody, and they make orders, and that's how you began. Well, if you have a lot of money, you can do that. And you can also give out presents, and there are some people who say, this one is a present, but you'll have to buy the next. That could be a way, but I say, if possible, don't do that, and just start from the bottom. Just like a person without money. Because if you do that, then you can say, this is how I did it, but I succeeded, and teach others. So depending on the circumstances, there are different ways you can do this. but you shouldn't do it by investing your own money. So, instead, try searching for opportunities overseas to expand your organization. How should you do it without being able to speak English? Well, no problem. Do you think our imperial masters were able to go abroad because they weren't fluent in English? No. They introduced this business to a person in Korea. And that person went to another person. But that person, for example, knew a Korean resident in the USA. So that person said, "We have this product here, so why don't you try it part-time?" And that's how it spread across the USA. And then it spread to Spain. And then to Mexico. And then to Colombia, to Europe. And that's how it spreads out. So you don't have to know any foreign language. There's a member called Bun-Suk Kim. She's a crown master. If you are a crown master, you earn more than 40 million Korean won, and that person only graduated from elementary school, and she only knew how to sew. She heard about Atomy. Her family traveled abroad to the USA. They went to the USA, and she said, "Leave me here and go have fun." So her brother asked her, "Will you be okay on your own?" Since she didn't even know how to say yes or no. And she said she'd be fine. And she saw something there. She saw a Korean signboard. How does that sound? There are Korean signboards if you go to a Korean town. Those places where you have Korean signboards. Do you think there are people who can speak Korean or not? There are in most instances. So she went to those people, went around the stores in New Jersey, and said, "There's something called Atomy, and you should try it." And that organization spread across the USA and then to Mexico. So, I hope you could all become brave. There are rich people wanting to do this as well. The profession called doctor. I think they are unfortunate in a sense. They are stuck in a small consultation room, and they have to meet people who are sick and not people who are bright and cheerful for their entire life. They do make a living, but I think it's quite suffocating. Doctors, if they have appointments, they can't even go to celebrate or mourn unless their parents pass away. So when I meet doctors, I ask them, "Don't you feel suffocating inside this consultation room? Let me help you escape from it." For me, traveling is doing business, and doing business is traveling. I started this business called Atomy, and I will be flying across the world. So I saw people flying, so I will fly too. It's okay. I don't need to fly. You will fly. Come with me. I will help you. You can say this with confidence, and this is what you should do. Atomy is a system where anyone can become successful. Those who are bad at studying can also succeed. Those who are bad at studying can become an imperial master. And I hope you also seek opportunities at overseas markets. You don't necessarily have to go abroad to do it. There are people who can speak Chinese in Korea, and there are people who are foreigners but can speak Korean. If you meet any of them, don't let them slip. And if you can afford it, then try living abroad for a month or 3. Prices and rent in Korea today are quite expensive, and so even if you go live abroad for a month, it could rather be cheaper than living in Korea. There are quite a number of people speaking Korean in other countries, and then what should you do is tell them to register in your line. Say, "Let's recruit people together," and those newly recruited will be registered in your line. Why? Because we can only have 2 lines. You can't have more than 2, so I will have them registered under you. Then you become an angel. You're doing it all for that person. And it's easier for that person to work. A sponsor from Korea came. Even if you can't explain Atomy well, if you go to the country and say it, that person will be all ears and tell others that he was taught by the very person who came from the country where Atomy headquarters are located in. That is why I say, you can go abroad with confidence. So, I hope everyone here today dreams of becoming an Imperial Master. Things are not easy in this world, and so it is at Atomy. But if you have a huge vision, a huge dream, if you can make 0.1 billion Korean won every month, I believe you can overcome most of the difficulties. But your dreams are so small. I just hope I can make 2 million Korean won. That's how you begin, so that is why if you have a small problem, you'd think, do I really have to do this to make 2 million Korean won? That is what you end up thinking, and that's why you collapse. So there are many who just waste their time falling, standing up, falling and standing up again. Chung Hyung-bae, he went on the Sharon Rose travel with Imperial Master Chung-soo Park. I know this because I went with him too. But then Chung Hyo-bae disappeared in the middle. He could have become an Imperial Master, of course, but you have your mind wandering, and that's why it's getting delayed. Still, he's in the Royal Leaders Club, where you can make more by doing this, and you make more than 20 million Korean won per month, so that's excellent. So you should think, I will become an Imperial Master, and start with that dream in your heart. If you can make 0.1 billion Korean won per month, then your family will have no difficulty. Your husband can stop working, right? You can also tell your wife not to worry at all, and say, let's just travel when we get old. I will become a royal crown, Imperial Master who can travel anywhere in the world. You can also help people around you who are having difficulties. I also donate 50 million Korean won every month by automatic bank transfers to Compassion Children. And I feel overwhelmed by being able to help those children. So, there are some among those making a lot of money who go to Africa, spend 50 million Korean won to establish a school, dig wells, and so on. Don't you wish to do those things if you had money? It is truly rewarding to use money for those things, then earn money. I hope you become a successful person who knows the feeling of being rewarded while spending money.
Thank you, Chairman Mr. Park Han-gil, for that lecture. And now let's watch this Get Answer with Zoom by Crown Master Shung Chim Kim and Royal Master Young Yun Lee.
Hello! A focus on all your curiosities and answering all your questions. Curiosity Knowledge Zoom! MC Young Ji-kang here. Have you ever heard of the term KHFF? It's an abbreviation for Korean Health Functional Food. When we talk about Korea's functional health foods, you can't possibly ignore or forget Atomy's products. Confidently run your own business with Atomy's high-quality products. I wonder which leaders will join us today to answer our curious questions using their knowledge of the Atomy business. I'll be back when the sun rises. Life's many hardships exist so we can finally be with Atomy, straight as a solid pine tree. Atomy's righteous lifestyle hero, Royal Master Young-kyung Lee. Hello, welcome!
Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Royal Master Young-kyung Lee here.
After finding Atomy, she's been living the life of a queen. Atomy's Aurora Queen Crown Master Sung-shim Kim. Hello, welcome! Hello, everyone. Crownmaster Sungshim Kim here. Great to be here. Before we get right into the questions, I'd like to hear from you what it's like to be here today.
Sure, I've had fun watching this program online, but being here on set doesn't seem so easy. I'll do my absolute best regardless.
Sure. I'll do my best as well to help answer your questions. Everything you're curious about. Let's get right to it. Curiosity, knowledge,
Zoom.
Let's begin. I feel that using the product before sharing info is the honest and best way to spread the word. But there are some members that disagree, leaving me troubled. How should I approach these kinds of members? This is our first question. Without using the product and without taking it around, it's like going to a battlefield without any weapon or armor. The reason is because you can't possibly introduce a product to people without using it yourself. I myself got this far through advocating just one cosmetic item I tried and tested. When you run your business, there are some that simply get lucky by acting a fool and approach things with a shallow mind, not using the product and pushing it on other people. You have to use our products in order to truly pass on the customer experience. I think the best thing to do is get in contact with members below them and start leading them. I also think that once point values start coming up, then that person won't be sitting idly by and watching. Huh? There are so many people using it, is what they might think and start using it themselves. So if you start seeking out those under them and keep talking to them, then I feel strongly that both of you will succeed in no time. What about you, Royal Master Yongkyung Lee? How do you think you'd help this member out?
Are they a consumer or a member? That's what I would ask. If they were a consumer, then I would think they're fine doing what they're doing. But if they were a member, then this kind of behavior means they will never succeed. Those that don't have much going on, this is when you use the products. Let's say you don't use the product, but only study and read up on it. When we introduce a product within our use of language, there's this thing called sincerity.
Yes.
So when you use the product and then explain it to people, even if you're not good with words, others will sense your sincerity within your explanation. That's why you need to use and test the product. If you're tight on funds and can't test the products yourself, but want to use them freely, then you should pre-invest. We don't condone investing in the products, but you have to be able to say for yourself, I used it myself and liked it. The people I referred the product to say they liked it. Depending on the number of people that used it, your confidence changes. I seriously suggest you use the products.
When I encounter a stranger during road contact, how can I enlist them as a member? Also, depending on if they accept it or reject it, how should I handle it afterward? What road contacting means is it's the training process, because this is a system of learning and training on site, but when you practice it on people you don't know, some might not like it and some might find it interesting. And when you keep at it for about 2 to 3 years and meet with them 2 times, 3 times, they become someone you know. That's why don't keep going to the same place like a bee, but keep working different areas like a fly, and soon you'll find your answer.
If you don't know anyone, then road contact is a must. Just as Dr. Sun Young Lee taught us regarding the simple
Yes.
exposure effect, we should wait until they ask us, what is it that you do? Which is the proper contact method.
That's correct. So once that happens, what should we do next?
When that happens, if you approach with a, just hear me out first, then it won't be very effective. You have to be able to customize your approach to suit the person.
Yes, that's right.
When people I know say, what is it? Tell me more. At this moment, make sure you say nothing. What I mean is, don't be the first to talk about yourself. Once you get those acquaintances that you can periodically drop by to chat with, those that have higher contact rates and times will be quicker to join up.
But if you encounter someone that isn't interested, what should you do?
Simply put, expect that you're going to be rejected when you meet them. You've got to keep a straight face, though. Be empathetic of the person that rejects you. Then they'll say, don't come back again. Oh, okay. You want me to come back again. That's how you should respond.
With humor.
They'll laugh along for sure. They'll laugh and then think to themselves, this person really works hard. Maybe that's the way to make things work. If they say not to ever come back and you really don't go back, then they really won't want to meet you again. This is maybe one way that people can understand what road contact means and think about it in this way. Today you might go and sell a water purifier or maybe go and make some sales in cosmetics. Try to go for those contacts.
Right. A partner customer reported their Atomy revenue as only $50. What's the best way I can help them understand the true value of revenues? Among our affiliates, there are so many partners that have never done network marketing,
Right.
me included. At first, I heard so often, there's only $50 to be made. What's the point of doing business from a lot of the partners? That's when I'd talk and tell them about the principle of multiplication. If they still couldn't grasp what I was saying, I would talk about supermarkets. Supermarkets? Yes, large supermarkets. Let's say that when I begin the business on my own, I can earn $50 just from myself using the products. But the supermarket that I run only has me and my sister using it. But when customers start to increase, then by the principle of multiplication, just imagine how much revenue can be generated. This is how I would relay my message. I've been buying from someone else's supermarket, but now I'm buying from my own supermarket, right? And to think if my supermarket will give them money, would customers go elsewhere? Will they or won't they? They won't go elsewhere. In simpler terms, get customers for my supermarket was how I thought about it as I started my business. Royal Master Young-Kyung Lee, how did you explain it to members?
Everything has a price and what's called a value. Let's say 10 cents is worth 10 cents. If it was a first edition mint, value of that coin would be tremendous. That's why we need to take a look at how this $50 was generated. To see it as customers coming together and having to continue repurchasing, and to admit to this fact can only mean it holds tremendous value. Just as I increase my spending, my partners and my customers will also soon increase their spending, which means that $50 will, as I do my business and my partner does their business, and my partner's partner does business, then that business's $50 will become $500. $5,000 will become $50,000. We've witnessed these cases time and time again ourselves, so understand the meaning behind price and value, and take a look at these people who spend $50 and try to gauge how much of a possibility there is for them to become members, or if for them to keep spending this much. I think it's more important to be studying these types of things.
So don't look at the now, but take a step back and look at the big picture instead. After COVID-19, the trend seems to be taking on a second job, but because it's a second job, it can only lead to less participation. How can I best guide them to not lose focus? This is the next question.
Times may be tough, and sometimes another job is the only other option, but I would rather like to ask instead why they need a second job. And what's the best answer? To later focus solely on Atomy. I have a second job is the kind of answer that, if said with confidence, is all that you need, I think. In order to continue the passion, as long as you are certain about your vision for Atomy, there's no way it will lose steam. If this is certain, then Atomy as a second job may even be more beneficial.
At first, before I came across Atomy, I used to own a karaoke business. Yeah. To simply quit that and jump all into Atomy was way too scary. I was like that too. But if you try to do two jobs at once, you can't focus solely on one or the other. My karaoke business lagged and my Atomy business saw no progress. Back then, I worked two jobs for just 4 months before focusing solely on this one. So if you think the job you have now is your main one, you need to change that mindset. I'll quit this job soon, and Atomy will be my main job is the mindset you should have so that you can sooner rather than later be able to do Atomy full-time. Without that kind of mindset and constantly thinking of Atomy as a second job, in my opinion, it will only take much longer. Right. Determine the time frame and goal before you act. That's right. I see. Yes. For the next question, we have a person standing by to ask her question herself. Hello there. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I work at the Ilsan Nuri Center and work hard at my business, and my name is Sales Master Min Seok Kim.
So what are you curious about?
One of my customers drinks Hemohem, and their health improved. And it's been 2 years since they switched supermarkets and started using Atomy products. Even though they trust the product and enjoy it, they do not like the company itself. How can I talk about the company to these types of people?
You say that the customer expresses dislike. What about the company do they dislike?
That person used to work for a different network marketing company and must have lost a lot of money. Maybe it's the image as well that they dislike.
They themselves, when working in network marketing, had negative experiences, so maybe that's the reason why.
In those situations, there's something that I always tell them. The only place to reclaim the trust and money that you lose from a pyramid scheme is Atomy. Our chairman said, Atomy receives a lot of criticism. Why? Criticism is needed where criticism is due. Then, at Atomy, let's see what people criticize us about and not do any of it at all. And if that doesn't work, we quit too. I remember this is what he said. What he meant was that he wanted to rewrite the history of network marketing all over again. At Atomy, there's nothing negative that anyone should worry about, but it's not the easiest to relay this as a salesperson. So, in these situations, try to ask and see exactly what they don't like, and then discuss it with your sponsors so that you can relay it back to that person, and maybe that person can become a valued member.
Our company is registered also as network marketing, so there is a need to help that person understand the details so that they can change their mind. It's most likely that this person doesn't know the true value of Atomy. Be sure to emphasize what we do differently compared to others, is what I think she's trying to relay to us. Does this solve your curiosity?
Yes, this helps a lot. And I'll be sure to explain it to them in detail. And act together with my sponsors to help him become a fervent customer.
Thank you. I don't have a sponsor. I'm a member without support. I have a new partner, but I'm at the limit of my capacity. What should I do? This is the next question. When you try to grow your organization, you may come across barriers. For instance, when I had 50 people together, how do I break through from this point on was my biggest concern. So I turned to Imperial Master Jungsu Park. I can't think of anything more to do. What should I do? So she responded, "You're doing a great job as is. You have that 1% advantage that others don't have easily." What that 1% advantage is passion and love. What I wasn't good at, I can have the partner explain the business. Meaning, if I simply focus on that 1%, then I'll succeed in the end. When you're having trouble battling yourself, then the best way out is your mentor. I always tell my partners to find a mentor and set up a mentorship. It doesn't matter if it's family. Just find a mentor. Talk it through with them and win that struggle, and I think you'll succeed.
Even among the many, many members that came before us, there are those that achieved tremendous success. Our chairman said, for those types of people to do well, the company has a system in place, and above that, there are so many sponsors available. If you keep looking, I'm positive there won't be a sponsor that won't counsel or like you. You can get every kind of information that you need, and sometimes there are things your sponsor can't do for you. That's when you take it on as your destiny. Use all the lectures available to move forward, and I'm sure you'll get great results. Atomy is all about united cooperation. If the question is, you're cut off from a sponsor? Still, there's a system that lets you work together with the company, and that's Atomy.
Curiosity, knowledge, zoom! So, we had this time today to answer some questions some of you out there may have. How was it today? I feel like my passion has been renewed again. It was great today. Thank you. What about Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee?
Whenever you're curious or aren't sure, just ask and there will be answers. I wish for everyone's success.
We'll be back next time with even more useful questions. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Crown Master Shim Kim and Royal Master Young Gyun Lee. Before we end, please be reminded of these announcements. Morning meeting from Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Catching Success online every Tuesday at 2 p.m. live via Facebook page and YouTube channel of Atomy Ariul Marikina Aja Center. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Atomy Ariul Marikina Aja Center and click the notification bell. As we end, let us remind ourselves the principle we uphold here in Atomy by reciting our company motto. Ready, position, please. Yep, company motto, go. Cherish the spirit, create the vision. Follow the faith, serve in humility. Aja, Aja, Aja.